Hey guys, welcome back to the Bros Films channel, and today I wanted to show you the best US tactic that I know. And this works especially well for the Hellcat and Corsair, because they're the two fastest planes for B and Z. So, if you have these two planes, great, you'll do really well with this. If you do not have these two planes, it's still usable, just be a little bit more cautious with how you spend your energy. So let's get started right into this video. So I start off here taking off, which is not the smartest idea considering that we're already under attack by a few Japanese planes. This attack strategy relies heavily on energy usage and B&Z and hit and run. So make sure you spend your energy much like you'd spend your money. Don't spend it all at once. Sorry for that joke, so now let's actually get started with this. So I start off with really low energy, but I want to get straight to the fight just so I can just get a quick kill, Quick kills with low energy don't necessarily happen, especially when you're at a low altitude like me. There's Japanese planes flying up really high, so it's going to be really tough to land sniper rounds on them, which the Hellcat doesn't really have any sniper rounds, so you won't really be doing that too much. However, it does have a lot of 20mm, so crane spray might be your best solution. Japanese planes can't really take much 20mm, so you just got to hit them a couple times and they're out anyways. Especially if you can knock their elevator off, easy kill. And if you can knock off an aileron, even better for this tactic because they won't be able to outrun you. So someone was right behind me there, so I decided to pull a really sharp turn like that because I was going relatively slow, so I didn't expect them to be able to pull that with me. Well, they didn't pull it with me, they just decided to turn, but it still helped me gain a little bit of energy. So now I'm trying to fly away from this, and I get knocked a little bit out, but my rudder is not that important unless you're landing. So I'm going to be okay from this, and I'll recover. So I'm trying to fly away from this person is what you should do in every situation. When someone's behind you, fly away until they give up. Then you want to pull around, slug around, something like this. I just did a high-low there not to kill too much energy, but also just turn right to where I can get them. So then I'm going to come back, pick one of them off, and repeat. That's basically how this tactic works. And there's different ways to use it. It works best when you're at a high altitude, you just dive down and get a kill. So he decides to come head on head, and I really suck at head on head, but I don't even think I landed a shot there. I might have. But there's still one behind me, and I thought he gave up on me, but I guess he did not. And he's firing some 7.7 at me, which won't do a lot of damage, but it can still hurt you pretty bad. Anyways, you don't want to get hit by anything anyways. So I'm going to try to just pick someone off and just keep your energy high. That's really how this tactic works. It's all about keeping high energy. And you'll see me doing this a lot, just turning over like that. And that's usually when someone's right behind me. I just need to get some hits off real quick. And I'll often miss because I really suck at it. Because I just started using this. And I do manage to get a lot of kills, especially against really well-known good pilots. At my events, you might see me use this against some of the players there. And I started to use it here too. And one of the things with everyone knowing you on this game is that they'll judge you for everything you do. So I try not to mess up a lot. And I see this person here, and I can't really tell if that's a P-4 or Japanese plane, but one of my first rules of dogfighting is trust no one, just shoot them down if they're in your way. And I didn't think anyone was on my team, so I figured that I'd just shoot him down. And it turns out he was actually an enemy, so I got my first kill. I picked one off, now dive down and get out of there and repeat. Picking off people in like this situation is probably like the best thing to do. Just pick someone off and get out. Now, here's where I just get shot too much, I kill too much energy, the person catches up. But at least I got a kill, so here's kind of a fail. I start out with low energy anyways, but once when you see me start using high energy, then I do a lot better. So let's go to those parts. So here's another situation where you're probably better off in the AA gun, because taking off in the when someone's at your base is probably the worst thing you can do. Even if they say I'll let you take off, whatever, you're not going to have enough energy to dogfight anyways. And if you notice down at the right, you'll see me rolling up something. I think that's me rolling up the gears. But I always thought there was a switch for that. I don't know. Anyways, that's actually pretty cool. I never noticed it until now, and I wish I noticed it earlier, because that was just so cool. So he's going to let me gain a little bit of energy, but it won't be enough to actually attack him. So what I'm going to try to do is just gain as much as I can, and I'm still going under 200, or around 200 right now. So it's not really enough to dogfight, so I get killed, obviously. However, once when I get, he dies somehow, I don't really remember how he dies, but once when he dies and I'm able to get that altitude advantage, speed advantage, whatever, it starts to get really easy to get kills. So let's just skip to those parts. And if you're wondering how low energy, how it ends up when you have low energy, they just catch up and you die. That's basically it, because you won't be able to beat them. If you can't go faster than the Japanese plane, then you're not. you're not gonna live. That's about it. So I tried flying with my rudder for a bit, but you're not gonna do too well with that because you won't be able to outturn them and you won't be able to outclimb them. So your best option is just having more energy. Really, it's just an energy fight. And if you don't have the energy, you can't win the fight. So that's basically how it ends. So make sure you have energy. And if they're at your base, don't humiliate yourself. Just get an AA gun and shoot them down. And they might be wrecking you at first, but eventually the flak will take them out. And if you can't really do anything about it, so just get in a P-35 or P-40, something that takes off lightning quick, and then just kill them with that. Because you'll be able to outturn them in a P-35. Even a Dauntless or a Bomber would work, to be honest. So just get in anything. So now let's go straight into what happens when you do have energy and you can dogfight them. So to gain energy, the first thing you want to do is exaggerate your takeoff. That's only if there's someone at your base. Just exaggerate it, because usually they won't shoot you down if you're taking off, except some novice pilots who are new to the game. They'll probably just shoot you anyways, or drop a bomb on you. I really don't care if they drop a bomb on me, because that's just hilarious. But strafing, taking off planes, there's no honor in that, so don't do that. So anyways, just exaggerate your takeoff, and you'll have a little bit more energy to fight with, but it's still not a lot. As you can see, I'm not even at 300 yet, so you'll not be going super fast. My guy's winding up the gears now as I'm pulling up, and I'll probably go into a little bit of a stall here because I don't have a lot of energy, which you can kind of see it there. Stalling in the Hellcat's probably the worst thing you can do because you just lose control completely. Even though you won't necessarily go into a spin, you'll just lose control completely. So anyways, as he's targeting on one of my friends, I'm able to land a couple of sniper rounds on him, but these aren't sniper rounds, they're 20 millimeters, so it doesn't really do a lot of damage. But I think I might have knocked off his elevator somewhere around here. It's probably right there. Yeah, you can see it fall off. And I'll probably replay that because you guys need to see that. So anyways, he's smoking now. This is where the kills get easy. You just pick him off basically. And in the end, he just ends up ejecting a little bit too late, so I don't really get any credit for it. But that's just how you can take him out pretty easily. Aim for their elevator. So let's just replay that real quick so you can see that fall off. So make sure to pay attention to those things, because if you see someone lose a piece of their plane, that could give you an advantage, and you can take advantage of that moment to just get an easy kill. Otherwise, you might just keep on beansying them for no reason, and could give time for an ally to come help them out. So make sure you take advantage of those moments, and as you'll see, I'll take advantage of it here by turning a bit and stuff like that. So I wasn't really sure if he lost his elevator or not. It could have been a rudder, who knows, because he's still following me, or at least someone was. So I'm a little sketchy on him, but apparently he did lose his elevator, and it ended up just for an easy kill. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also receive notifications on our videos by clicking the bell next to subscribe. And here are the options for sharing this video if you feel like sharing it with your friends. Now back to the video. So now the moment you've all been waiting for. What is the best tactic for US planes? Well, this is it right here. Climb up to a super high altitude above the clouds where Japanese planes won't perform as well and your plane should exceed. It won't necessarily exceed more, but your plane won't stall as much. You might go a little bit slower, but it's altitude that saves your life, not speed. Well, altitude can be converted into speed, so you need altitude with these planes. You can go as fast as you want, but you still need altitude. So anyways, you just want to keep a good eye out here, and you'll see that black dot moving across the screen over there. That's my enemy. So I'm going to try to pretend like I don't see it too much, and then just ease into just a little bit of attacking position. Trying to get a little bit behind him so he doesn't see me. Right now he doesn't see me, but eventually he does, and he tells me that. So yeah, it kind of helped me out. So anyways, I found him eventually, and now I'm going to go for him. So he just killed one of my teammates, so if one of them's going to fly out, it's probably going to be the enemy. So I know it's for sure the Zero. So I'm going to fall in right behind it, and you always want to go for the sneak attack first. If that doesn't work, go on the head-on-head. Often head-on-heads will result in a collision, but just don't let that happen. So I land a few good shots right there. Pull out of it as soon as you land a couple shots. Just take a couple shots and pull out. And then I feel like he's a little bit wounded, so I'm going to go ahead and pull in like this because I have a lot of energy, and I don't want my guy to go double vision or whatever, because then he just gets really confusing. And the G's here could get you a bit, so make sure you have a G tolerance. I'd say around 4 G's is probably good enough. 3.5, you know, you'll have a little bit more trouble with this, but it's not that bad. So I hit, now I run. So just run for a bit, and see he's smoking a bit, so I don't know what I hit, but hopefully it was his elevator. It's usually his elevator. If you got an Aerialon, that's even better. Well, I wouldn't say it's better than an elevator, but that's pretty good as well, because he won't be going as fast. For each Aerialon you lose about maybe 50 kilometers an hour with that. Maybe less, I don't know, but you definitely lose a lot of speed when it comes to that. So now he's kind of just trying to get in position for another head-on-head, which he does, and then I just land a couple more shots there. I'm not sure if they really hit him, but I feel like they did, because he doesn't seem to be able to dogfight as well as he used to. But as you can see, it's basically just hit and run, hit and run. Just head-on-head, dive down, out of there. And you don't pull up until you're for sure they won't be able to get shots off of you. You don't want them to land any lucky rounds that just knock your elevator off, or something like that. There's a teammate coming in right behind him. He's climbing up, so I'm like, this would probably be a good time to pull up while he's a little bit distracted. Because I can see that he's not really too focused on me, but he actually is. I think he might have been pretending, or he looked at that guy and was like, I'm not going to go for him. I got a dogfight with Gina, and I got to finish this. So here it confused the heck out of me. I couldn't tell who was who. And it turns out I choose wrong, because that's me. I always choose wrong. I chose the guy on the left, because I was assuming maybe he was too wounded, wanted to RTB, get out of the fight. But no, he's coming in hot right over there. And I'm looking at him, I'm making sure I'm aware of all my surroundings, and I'm like, wait a second, he's coming for me. So I turn straight into him, but it's not enough. So I'm not able to get that head-on-head. I get hit a bit. And I'm worried that he's going to pull right behind me, which is worst case scenario. So you just want to get out of there. So I check my plane real quick to make sure I'm not lost anything. If I lost something, that could make me need to do a different tactic. So I was hoping he was going to slam into the ground there, but of course he did. He's going super fast. Now he's trying to gain some altitude, so I found this was a perfect time to just pull around like this. But they might try to juke you out with that, pull up, and then just go straight for you. But it looks like he's just trying to go with another head-on-head. I overshoot there with my bullets, and then he turns, so I'm going to try to follow him a bit because he's a little bit wounded. But I'm going too fast to maneuver with him, and plus he's going to outmaneuver me anyways. So now he's just going to try to get right behind me again, because that's usually what they'll try to do. They just always stay behind you, and when they're behind you, you just got to run out of there. So now it looks like that he didn't really manage to stay behind me, and I wasn't too sure if that was him or someone else, and I look up again, I see him, so I decide, okay, that's him. Let's just pull up and try to go with the head-on-head and finish him off. And here's where it all comes down to. If I can just land a successful hit here, which it looks like I can. He's smoking, I feel confident. He's flying straight enough to where I can land a few shots. I hit him. I pulled down immediately because I was not willing to risk his plane carcass going straight into me. So it looks like I actually got his elevator. And I mean, it's part of the fight. If you get his elevator, you get his elevator. It helps you a lot. So I was pretty excited here because I've been recording for like too long. Like it took so long to get a good clip to show how to use this without actually getting yourself killed or someone else killed or whatever. So this is how you do it. You hit and run, hit and run. If you need more explanation on this, comment down below, and I'll tell you how to do it in detail. So climb up to a high altitude, dive down, hit them, just fly away. And don't pull up immediately because they can always come up with energy and just kill you instantly. So just go run away for as long as you think you can or until they pull off of you. Then pull up or do a yo-yo, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just get right behind them that time. They'll try to go head-on-head. Shoot a couple rounds at them, and then dive away from that. Don't engage fully unless you really think you're gonna get the kill. Because I don't think I have the clip, but I got a kill, and it was kind of sad because the second I got the kill, the plane carcass flew straight into my engine and it killed us both. So yeah, now let's just show a couple more examples of how to use this. Now this tactic is really hard to use, especially when there's multiple Japanese planes, but it's super easy to use, especially when there's multiple teammates. If there's 2 Japanese planes or more, you're going to get screwed over in most cases, because while you're trying to head-on-head one, the other one will be shooting at you the whole time, giving you terrible odds. So I see that I have some teammates here, so I'm like, I can get involved with this, maybe save a couple of the bombers, and I'm trying to tell my teammates just to dive away, and they listened and they survived. Unfortunately though, some of them end up getting killed while they try to fly away. Some of them didn't dive away, or they stayed in the fight a bit too long and they just got outmaneuvered. What most pilots don't know, especially on the US side, is that it's not about most cases, it's not about plane, it's about the tactics you use with the plane. A lot of Japanese pilots will just go with the plane tactics, not plane tactics, but just try to use their plane to get kills, and that works against novice U.S. pilots, but if you're going against a good U.S. pilot, they'll easily kill you. And the same thing for U.S. planes. If you try to use your plane to turn with them, or try to outplane them, like outstat them, you're not going to win. But anyways, I'm in a huge furball here, and I thought this was super cool, because it's been a while since I get in a furball, and I see one guy smoking, he's leaking everything. I'm like, okay, we got to protect him to RTV, but I'm like, I need to actually go for a kill here. So it looks like that guy's going to drop a bomb, drop 2 of them. Pretty nice. We're taking out their carriers pretty fast. Also, your 20 millimeters and those 650 cals will do a lot of damage to carriers. So make sure you scrape them when you can. And you also have a lot of ammunition. However, if you hold down the trigger too much, you'll notice a little bit of wobble. There's quite a bit of recoil, so just be aware of that. So there's 2 planes right there. One flies right past me, the other one's over here. Now, in most cases, to pick your target, I usually choose whoever is going faster. If I see one turning a lot, like behind another plane turning a lot, trying to position themselves, then I'm going to assume they're a Japanese plane most of the time. If they're in front of the plane, just trying to dive away, I'm going to assume it's a U.S. plane. So that's usually how I pick planes. So when you're a furball, make sure you remember that. So anyways, I'm just kind of using my tactic here, hit and run, especially on those ships. And now I'm just trying to pick a target. As you can see, I see 2 targets back there, and there's one in front of the other. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell that guy to dive out of there. And it looks like he does. And as you can see, the other guy, he's turning quite a bit. So I decided to go for him because it looks more like he's a Japanese plane. Also, you'll notice Japanese planes will have a bit of a glint on them, a tannish glint if they're a 0. So just get them when they're that. So turns out that guy was actually the P-40. And I was like, oh my gosh. Did I seriously just screw that one up? And yes, I did. Apparently, it was, in that case, the Japanese plane was actually the wounded one that was going super slow, not turning a lot. I got pretty upset about that. I was like, man, I totally failed that. So yeah, my prediction there didn't really do too well. And I saw the glint on that guy, but I was like, I don't know. I usually don't see Japanese planes survive once when they get hit in most cases. So now I decided to straighten the ship a bit. So yeah, I hope you guys like this tactic. I came up with this one. It's very similar to BNZ, except with BNZ, you're just going up, like you're trying to get a high altitude the whole time, just out altitude there, which I found it didn't really work that well because I just had too many problems with them actually out climbing me in a lot of cases. So this is just a better version of BNZ, I'd call it. Or maybe it's just BNZ. Probably they're just gonna call it BNZ. And you can still call it BNZ, but we need a cooler name. We'll call it. Okay, just comment down what you want to call it. Okay, anyways. So there's again another example. There's 2 planes right there, and I'm sorry for this long video, but it's just so cool. I just had to do it. So this guy is turning here. I can tell it's a Japanese plane right in front of him, and I tried to shoot there, but I don't think I really hit him. I'm kind of failing at this, and I just see my teammate get shot down. It's so sad, guys. Or sad. Okay. So it turns out that was the P-40, and I'm trying to find that Japanese plane. It turns out to be right behind me. So here's another prime example of what to do. Dive away. But it looks like he's not going for me, so I decided to turn a bit. I got a lot of energy. And I decided to try to turn with him just to get behind him. But it turns out he juked me, and he actually went head on head. And I did not expect that. And you'll see him just take a couple shots, and then he winds up right behind me again, like, oh my god, like I'm so tired of this, guys. He just gets right behind me the whole time. So I just go back to the old tactics. And another good tactic is just pick targets. For example, he's on you, he's shooting at you, go for another target while you're diving away. But he was just too far away, and he was probably on our team going to that yellow, not the yellow, the orange marker, which doesn't really take you to the ships. So anyways, now I'm going to go ahead and just find him again and then take some shots off. So there he is, going head on head. I land a lot of shots on him. That was so cool. Did you see that, like, orange just pop up on the windshield? So I was able to get a really easy kill there because he went head on head and I was just able to land all my shots. The 20 millimeters do work. Highly recommend it. If you don't have the Hellcat, highly recommend it. If you like taking out chips, get the P-47. If you like bombing, get the P-25. If you want to save gold. If you don't really care about how much gold you spend, then you can get the P-47 for anti-ships and a little bit of dogfight. Hellcat for pure dogfight, or the Corsair, depending on what you like more. But the Hellcat's so versatile. It's like 20 millimeters, torpedoes, rockets, bombs. It got it all. I like the Hellcat a lot more than the Corsair, to be honest. Corsair just gives me problems, and I really like the 20 millimeter more. They're so much better. But anyways, yes, this will wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Sorry for the 20-minute long video, because no one likes 20-minute long videos. But if you're okay with it, let me know. I don't know if I'm killing you guys with 20 minutes worth of dogfighting. Just skip around to the good parts, okay? So that's a bit too late to say now, ain't it? Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you at another event or my next video where I'll see you on WOD somewhere or a live stream, or I see you guys a lot, so don't worry. Also, let me guys know, this will be for gold if the codes work. Let me know if you want to see Airsoft on this channel in the comments below. If you mention anything about Airsoft, like us doing Airsoft or something, is it worth spending money to get Airsoft for this channel? Comment that down below and you'll have a chance to win 3,000 gold. I'm not even joking. So make sure you do that. And if you watch this video to the end, then you're lucky because you have a chance to win some gold. And I'll pick one person out of everyone who does it to let me know. And let me know as soon as possible. I'm going to pick the winners. I'm going to pick the winners by Monday. So make sure you choose quickly because Monday is Cyber Monday. And we all know that's the time to buy Airsoft gun online. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. And this is G Knight from the Bros Films channel, signing out.